Hello and welcome to 12 Lives. I'm theelkspeaks, and I'm about to play my first match in the 12 Lives event. The way this event works is each player plays 5 games per round against the same opponent, and when you have 12 total game losses, you're eliminated from the event. However, you can neither use the mark nor cards of an element you've previously lost with at all for the remainder of the event. You're allowed to use 6 upgrades and unlimited shards in all of your games. And I think that's about it. Oh, also at the end of each round, in which you play 5 games per round, you can exchange one mark that you've lost for one mark that you still have. So this is a first round match. I have switched over to the fire color scheme for myself, because I am on a fire-themed team for an event called Brawl. So I switch over to fire theme. I'll be playing against an also fire-themed player, worldwideweb3. My score will be on the left, his score will be on the right. And the scoreboard will show which marks we have remaining. Webs is known primarily as a stall player, so it will be interesting to see what he brings today, but I've brought a little stall of my own in this Pandemonium deck that you just saw. So, about to get started with the first game. Risking death is not something I'm especially happy with in the first game, but could be worse. In an unlimited shards event, I can always trade for death later. Shard of Sacrifice has the potential to be very strong at almost any point in the event, but with only 6 upgrades, it's hard to really make a devastating so-sac deck. And I'm trying to stick as much as I can to monos and duos in this matchup, because I am expecting, like, black holes and DBHs and stuff, so the Pandemonium and Bone Wall combo will serve well if I run into a Rainbow DBH, which is what I feel like is one of the more likely things. Decks for this. I haven't decided yet exactly what order I'm going to play them. The decks you're going to see today is you're going to see a Pandemonium deck, an Adrenistaves deck, an NT Rush, a Sore Pharaohs, and a Scion Recluse Tall. All of that's pretty standard fare, nothing too unusual. But yeah. I am waiting to see when Webs will be loaded into the first game. We did play a connection test, so I know that he's around and about to get started. Hopefully we won't have any server issues this match. I'm just going to note this is not a best of 5, but rather a 5-game match. All 5 games will be played regardless of when one player reaches 3 wins. Webs is having a fail on the negotiating step, so we will take just a moment here. Though this match will be broadcast before any of my remaining World Championship matches, I believe that World Wide Web is, yeah, he is in fact still alive in the World Championship at the time of this recording. This will be broadcast before the second group stage of the World Championship matches on my channel. However, those have been played, and at the time of recording, I am waiting for an opponent in the semifinals of the World Championship, and worldwideweb3 is waiting as one of the 2 players in the other semifinal. I believe his opponent is Deuce 22. And we see Ether. Oh, I hope this is Roll Hope. I really, really hope this is Roll Hope. This is Roll Hope, I win. this is quite possibly roll hope. I think this could be roll hope. This is either roll hope or his Scientol. If it's Scientol, I'm less happy. If it's roll hope, I'm very happy. Early Arsenic in this matchup is very useful. If it's Scions, my bones don't do enough and should be ignored. The Pandemonium will still be there, but the bones won't work. This Recluses, however, bones will be great. But this could very well be a roll hope. It is in fact a roll hope. I am extremely happy with this development. I'm just going to play an Arsenic here. He probably knows at this point that it's Pandemonium, but just in case it's not completely obvious, I have to feign that this is Monodeath for as long as I can, which pretty much means one more turn. I have to feign Monodeath until I can play Bone Wall. If I get an additional Pend on the next turn, I will be very happy. I do in fact get the additional Pend, which means I can play Deadly Poison. The 5 will bring me up to 7, and I can play a Pandemonium combo on the next turn, hopefully wiping out all of his rays. Remove one card here, which will likely cost him the game. I'm curious what that is. He looks like he knows the trick is up, by the way. That went extremely well. The next turn I can follow up with another one. Not sure what he means by one card could cost him the game here, but there's going to be another Fractal in the next turn or two. I can probably save my second Pandemonium for after the Fractal. I don't see myself taking damage in the near future. Yeah, I don't see myself. Oh, Scion. Yeah, Scion would have hurt here. Alright, this is a good time to play 2 Deadly Poisons and another Pandemonium. And now Webbs is on an 8-turn clock and is hitting through 2 bones per turn. Right now, we'll see how long it lasts exactly like that, but okay, you can do that. I have to pass for 1 turn, and then I can play a Bone Wall and another Pandemonium. It's really just a question of how often I get my combo off. He'll hit me for some damage this turn, and he'll generate some light. But I'm banking on the fact that he can't really Fractal Dragons or Angels yet. And this turn will cost him heavily. Yeah, that was pretty good. the ray of light on my side isn't going to do a whole lot, but the 23 bone wall is going to do a lot. Yeah, he has that play, but I don't think it lasts long enough. Oh, heh. I don't even have the pandemonium for this turn, but it shouldn't matter. And that should be the final turn, unless he does something interesting. Yeah, that's good. That even survives like a Luciferin combo or something. Or I should say even finishes with a Luciferin combo. Well, I was expecting some sort of DBH bow from him, but that works just as well. So that's GG, that's 1 for me. And he's lost ether for the rest of the match, which is huge. He'll probably reclaim ether after the match, but getting rid of ether for him is very nice, because it means that I don't have to worry about lobotomy either. When I don't have lobotomy or dims to worry about, I can play my NT rush pretty comfortably. And nothing else in my thing even depends on water anyway, so I'll play my NT rush and see what I can do. This is what it looks like. There's no good way to beat a Hope deck with this, like at all. But crawlers, freezes, NTs, I can beat a lot of other things. So yeah, we're going to play the NT Rush in game 2. That's a strong option with Crawler in play in particular. Lack of Desiccation might actually not be the best. Hang on a second. Let me look. I have 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 pens. 3 freezes. I'm gonna drop 1 NT and 1 pillar. And I'm gonna put in 2 dry spells. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Slight mod, but I think that's pretty good. So yeah, things we've got. Alright, he is ready now for that. So we'll search again. This is one of the more interesting mid-range decks, in my opinion, in Elements, the Crawler NT deck, because it uses a lot of 6-attack creatures, but it swarms the board very aggressively. Uh-oh, we're getting a Firestall. Now, Firestall has a little bit of trouble against an NT deck, but NT has a lot of trouble against Firestall, so we're probably not going to be able to pull this one out. Four early pillars is good, but with no good freeze targets, my strengths are not really showing. Oh, also this being mostly unupped NT, that's actually 5-attack creatures, except for the crawlers themselves. On the other hand, his CC mostly does 5 damage, since his Firestall's mostly unupped also, though he might have used Rage Pots as his upped cards. I'd be more likely to put Miracles as at least some of my upped cards, but I'm not sure how many of my upped cards are Miracles if I'm playing a Firestall here. I did not extensively build or test one for this event. Yet. I probably will for a later round, but I haven't felt the need for it yet. My Permafrost Shield and my Freezes are going to be useless in this matchup, but that's actually okay. Getting the Crawler down to start whacking away was important, and yeah. The question is going to be whether I can outrace his healing. And yeah, that's not going to end up being useful. Like, all of my tech in this matchup is useless, which is really sad. So I get 4, 12... I mean, I have to make one, so he can't 1-for-1 it with a Bolt or a Rage Pot. Rage Elixir, I should say. I have to start cloning ASAP. Yep, there comes the healing, as expected. And that's awesome, because now I have 8 and can make 2 more nymphs next turn. Now the worst thing is double Firestorm, is the worst thing I could run into. And most people only pack 2 Firestorms in their whole Firestall, if even that many. His Quanta draw was terrible on this match. He still can't draw Quanta, which is, like, amazing for me. I'll do that for now. I'm kind of giving him an in if I play Dry Spell, because now my stuff does die to Rage Elixir. Rage Pot, I mean, as opposed to just Rage Elixir. But at the same time, gaining net +3 only takes me to 6. Could make 1 more nymph next turn. I've got 15 plus 12, 27 damage on the turn. Oh god. Not that. Alright, that wasn't good. I mean, he still only heals to 23 and I have 27. But that could have been really bad, except he doesn't have the cards. He just doesn't have enough cards to play any of the combos that could get him out of this. He can heal to 27 if he has an upped Sank. That's about it. Oh, he has a Sun... Oh, he's playing Jonington. Interesting. Well, we'll just add another Nymph. He can stay alive for a little while with Jonington. Not sure if he can stay alive enough turns, and not sure if he wants to draw or not. He probably doesn't draw here. Webbs was on the winning war team, Team Fire, in the past war, and one of their signature decks was a deck they nicknamed Jonington, which basically is Firestall plus Sundials. It is a strong deck, a very strong deck. but he needs to either continuously draw into sundials, or he needs to either continuously draw into sundials, or he needs to draw into double firestorm, or he's not winning this game. Got 25 plus 12. I've got 37 damage on board, plus like the possibility of more from hand. Well, he keeps getting his dials, which will keep him alive for now. 6. I can do more than that, yeah. I've got 25, 37 damage on board. He's drawn into 3 of his sundials already. Sundials are his only upped cards too, that means. Which means he can't hit 6. He can hit 5 if he gets Rage Pot. Oh, he has a red nymph. That's not good. Okay. Let me see what I've got. Can I kill? I think I can kill. Yeah, that's definitely kill. Alright. That was kind of a sad quanta draw for webs in that one. I think I have like at least a decent matchup there, as long as the rage pots aren't upped. But that was brutally unlucky on the quanta for him. So that was light that he just lost. Yeah, that was light. With ether and light missing, that means I don't have to worry about hope decks anymore. I can still get some, like, I can still get DBH'd, I can still get bowed. Let's play Pharaohs next. Let's play Pharaohs. Yeah, we're gonna play Pharaohs now. So when I played Pharaohs in the first round of the World Championship, it tended not to work so well, but mostly because of the shard penalties. Without shard penalties, this is a very strong deck, especially when he doesn't have dims, which are one of the things this deck hates, and Lobos, which are one of the things this deck hates. Alright. So yeah, the idea of mixing the Pharaohs unupped and upped, and a better chance of drawing into a crushing hand, but it also gives me a better chance of drawing into a bad hand. But in any case, should be ready to play. Whenever he is. So without the shard penalty, Sir Pharaoh's is a strong deck, or at least I hope it is. I'm only risking my gravity mark, which is not necessarily my most important mark, though it means I wouldn't have BH in the next match. Interesting. This is a life firestall. I'm not sure whether I can beat that. Life firestall. My scions probably wouldn't have worked though, and my staves would not necessarily have worked. So I'll just say that I made the right play here. Yeah. 3 time is not optimal, but still pretty good. Ratios are probably favorable. Oh, and I get the upped pharaoh, which is good. I save a turn, and all I get is like 3 less damage, but Farron, okay. Farron can be a problem. His damage is going to come pretty quick, so I actually need to play this really, really aggressively. He'll just have burst heals, and maybe some SOGs. Yep, there's the SOGs. So yeah, now I can start building up a massive swarm of scarabs to outdamage his SOGs. I probably just play 1 scarab next turn so I can save for another Pharaoh SOR. Yeah, that's the play. 1 scarab next turn, then Pharaoh SOR. It's somewhat hard for him to kill these pharaohs, so absolutely that's next play. This is a massive swarm deck. The question is whether he can out-heal my swarm damage. And once the swarm starts getting out of control, it will actually be fairly hard for him to kill it. Like really, really hard for him to kill it once the swarm starts going. Well, that did him something at least. Oh, that's disappointing. Alright, we've got that at least. He had a firestorm in hand? Alright. And I get 4 scarabs on the next turn. Because I have another SOR in hand. He's got 15 healing per turn now, though. Oh shoot, I actually misplayed that there. Just like misclicked that. I have to click the first pharaoh once before I do my SOR on the other one. So I got 1 fewer scarab than I could have. I still have 4 health scarabs, which means I still resist a firestorm. And next turn drawing into SOR still makes my board insane. Yeah, this board is already pretty insane, actually. Yeah, That board already makes me pretty happy. Like, he can heal 15 a turn, and he'll have his nuke heals for 20 each, but eventually he just has to run out of healing, I think. He's up to 80, he drops a little bit more, I don't know. Once the scarabs pass the magical 5 health barrier, they're really hard to deal with. Emerald Shield, that will help him some. That reduces damage by 1. Yeah, we're just going to play the Eternity here, because that deals a little extra damage. He's maybe trying to build up for a bigger bolt, but these scarabs are just going to swarm him, hopefully. He'll get back into heal range this turn. Quanta-wise. That's his emerald. Yes, that's huge. Whoop. Cancel. Why did that not work? Did I misplay that somehow? I might have misplayed the order on that again. I'm not sure what went wrong there. Needs a lot of help from his deck here. Running out of good healing cards, but see, 5, 10. I think that's the winning play. I'll double check that as the damage comes out. Yeah, that did work. I wasn't quite sure I had lethal, but it looked like it. That was some tough luck for him, but he loses his life mark now too. We'll see how he stalls from here. I feel like this is a really good time for me to play staves. So this is the mod of Adrenistaves that you would have seen in my war matches. I'm going back to the war version and not the World Championship version of Adrenistaves. Mostly because I can. But yeah. I mean, I think it's one of the most powerful decks in the game, anywhere between, say, 9 and 16 upgrades. Adrenistaves is. At 6 upgrades, it's still pretty good. So, we're going to play it. If you'll notice, he's played 3 very stally control-y decks so far. He's probably got a damagey deck at some point in his set of decks for this match. I don't know at what point. Adrenistaves is my best anti-damage deck, and I hope that I've drained what stalls he had prepped. Adrenistaves is my anti-damage deck. It really doesn't take a lot to make Adrenistaves work. Just takes a little bit of life quanta and a little bit of air quanta. My particular mod of it uses Firefly Queens and some fire quanta generated from those queens, which is very useful for dealing with like a dusk or a fog or dims even. But right here, he doesn't have dims. I don't expect dusk or fog. I actually expect like straight up Grabo Rush, maybe a DBH. Most likely just a straight up Grabo here. He's kind of gotten into a little bit of an unfortunate position. Grabo is one of his stronger options to get out of it. Yeah, I'd expect to see an Earth Mark here for Grabo. What I don't want to see here is a Time Mark. A Time Mark is what makes me very unhappy. A Gravity Mark. That's possibly DBH. That's actually very likely DBH. That is Duo DBH. The question is, how fast can you DBH me? It's the Duo version of DBH, not the Rainbow version of DBH. Which is a much stallier version. Again, I'm not surprised. This is webs we're talking about. My eventual OTK is not as OTK as usual. Getting combo out is key here, though, in this matchup. I just have to get early combo. Absolutely have to. If I top deck an Adren, I will be extremely happy. If I don't top deck an Adren, I will not be as happy. I can still play like Staff into Flying. He can BH me once on this turn if he really wants to deny. That might deny my queen afterwards. Let's see, that would put me to 2, F-dub to 1. Focus? Shard of Focus? Okay, that is actually going to be something of a problem. Shard of Focus in a DBH. That's interesting. Focus can be a problem. So I really need an early start here with Focus on his side. Wow, Shard of Focus, man. That was not remotely within expectations. Alright, well, we see Shard of Focus. And Disco comes out. There's going to be a BH here at some point. Maybe not this turn. He wants to keep me below 4 life whenever he can. 4 life is my magic amount to play my Adrenaline when I get it. Once I get Adrenaline, I've probably won the game. The only question is whether I'll ever get to play my Adrenaline. So there are 2 questions here. Number 1, what did he bring for damage? Number 2, how long can he keep me off the board? Focus will mop up my Quanta really nicely. If it's taking the place of a traditional BH, that makes sense. I got the bare minimum of air for this deck to work. like, already on the first couple turns, so he can't just BH me forever, but his damage will probably cause some problems in the near future. We'll see how long I hold out against it. He can heal off my damage with his focus. I can, but with his black hole, I mean, I heal off his damage with my staff. I'm winning by deck out unless he has a win con. So the question is what his win con is going to be. Probably Entropy Dragons? Quite possibly Entropy Dragons. Queens would have been really good in this matchup, but no cigar. Chargers, okay. Chargers do some amount of damage. Damage that is in fact hard to deal with, because it comes slowly. However, he can destroy my pillar and BH me and take away all of my current quanta. Yeah, the real question is whether his chargers can handle the doing enough damage roll. He's now got me effectively locked down, more or less forever. Yeah, I'm never going to get to play anything the rest of the game. I just will not get to play anything the rest of the game. So the question is whether my 10 healing per turn can deal with his 13 damage. I'm taking a net of 3 damage per turn, which means he can't kill me within 15 turns. Currently, but he can just BH me literally every turn. He's got the quanta to do it. And we'll tie up a little bit of his quanta, but if he BHs me every turn, I really don't have much of a play. Up to 4 damage per turn. Still don't think he can kill me, but so I'm at 88. I take 14. I'm at 74 in subsequent turns. Yeah, 13 turns. He can hurt me, like, significantly. Yeah, that blue nymph is never getting played. The question is, what else did he pack in this deck for damage? Even like 1 or 2 more chargers and I'm in real trouble. Like real trouble. $70. Yeah, I can't outstrip that though. That's just too much. Oh, there it goes. That's game. His dragon will end it, for sure. So, I will lose my life mark. I actually really want my life mark. I'll probably trade it at the end of the match. Yeah, this is a matchup if I got out early enough I could have won, but he just has too many repeatable BHs and I can't deal with it. Despite the fact this is a really low quanta deck I'm running. The repeatable BHs are too much for me to deal with. If I got adrenaline onto one of my staves before the repeatable BHs, I can win this, but I didn't. So that's game. I think that was my win con. Alright. And from my last game, you'll get Scientol. I believe he actually deals exact lethal. Let's see. 28. No, sorry, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, 24. He deals exact lethal this turn. Not much I can do against a black hole here. Like, that's just too much. So, now we're gonna play Scientol. Oh, actually my deck code's messed up for Scientol. Give me just a second. Because that deck code includes a couple of incorrect cards. Let me see. Yeah. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 quanta. So you want to go to 14 quanta. And then you want to add one more fractal and one more scion. That's what we decided. We had a version in my deck list that included a couple of incorrect cards. So that gives me a decent number of fractal targets. I'm not sure whether I want lightnings or dims. This is webs we're talking about. Lightnings are probably less useful, actually. Let's just take dims, like 4 dims and a Lobo. 1 Lobo. Yeah, we'll do that. 4 dims and a Lobo. I like Zap Scientol, but he hasn't been playing creatures. And here comes a possible NT rush. If it's NT, I'll be grateful for the dims. Oh my gosh, that's so sad for him though. Alright, we're just gonna get out the early Scion and try to get the race on. Yeah, that RNG. Wow. That's sad Quanta start again for you. Like, I'm just gonna keep playing Scions for now, I think. Don't need to save for Fractal just yet. There's not a whole lot of AoE in water that can destroy me. Like, worst thing he has is double desiccation. There's a squid. Here's a scion. So he's playing like squid NT, which makes sense. Like, it fits his play style. He'll squid one of my things. Gnome Gemfinder Earth? What is this deck? Is this some sort of trident deck? I'm really confused. This looks like a trident deck. Oh, it's SOP Wardens. Interesting. That makes a lot of sense. SOP Wardens. We'll just play Recluses. Yeah. Gemfinders are his ups. That was to be expected. We'll just do that. SOP Wardens. I should have realized sooner that's exactly the sort of deck he would play. Scions are airborne, so he can delay them but not kill them. He can kill Recluses, but I've got 7 times 6 damage in my hand. 7 times 6 is 42. So I need one more fractal to win the game, basically. Yeah. I need one more fractal to win the game. Let's hope it comes soon. Don't want to wait forever for it, but getting 9 quanta per turn, it's not that bad, but keeping his quanta occupied too, dealing with these cards. Still getting 10 quanta per turn. He's down to 40 now. Yeah, I just basically literally need one fractal. Dim buys me another 3 turns. I've got 2 more dims in my last half of the deck. Purify, oh, that's a problem. Okay. Do I have 14 at end of turn? I do not. I have to pass for 1 turn. Yeah, we're gonna do that actually, on second thought. Just start loading down Scions. Like, he is almost in OTK range, though. This could go really badly. But with that Purify, I have to do something. Let me top deck a dim, please. No top deck yet. To 29. I can drop another 15 on you. I need to top deck the dim, though. I need to top deck the dim. Because he has OTK next turn. Dim, dim, dim. No! Okay. GG. Alright, I'll ditch water, get back ether. It's not the end of the world, but... $60 and 28 is 88 and another 18. 98. 106 damage turn. Alright. Well, at the end of that match, it's 3-2. I'll have lost my ether mark, but I'll claim it back later. Thanks for watching, and you'll be back with another week of 12 Live.